acknowledged that he went off, man. He acknowledged his transgressions, all right? He acknowledged that he had sinned, man, and we have to all do that, man. You have to sit there and realize that, man, you've been wicked, all right? You have to sit there and realize that you've been a transgression the covenant that you made with Yawahashi, man. You know, it says, against thee only have I sinned and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest and be clear when thou judgest. All right, so he recognized, man, his wickedness, man. And I'm going to jump down to verse 16. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of Yahweh are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O Yahweh, thou wilt not despise. So the Lord is not going to despise someone that's sincere and looking at their examining themselves, man, recognizing their faults, man. If you're coming to Yahweh being proud as hell, man, he's not going to want to deal with you, man. He's not going to want to hear you out, and you're going to be separated unto him, man. That's really having pride, all right? You're having pride when you aren't able to recognize your wickedness and confessing it to Yahweh, man. Let me go ahead and grab this. All right? Since we're kind of, the Spirit's got me kind of going into what separates, us from Yahweh. All right, this is Sirach, chapter 10, verse 12. It says, the beginning of pride, is when one departed from Yahweh, and his heart is turned away from his maker. So yeah, man, hey, having that pride, that's going to separate you from Yahweh, man. You got to recognize, like, damn, man, hey, I've been full of shit, man. I've been full of man, my righteousness is as filthy rags, man. I haven't been doing what's been pleasing unto Yahweh. When you recognize that, when you recognize your sins, man, the Lord is gonna want to deal with you. He's gonna want to get closer unto you, man. It says, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. All right, so that was the point on that. So the Lord, hey, when you come before him, man, you want to be as humble as you can, man, and recognize that, hey, that we're unworthy, man. The Lord bestowed great mercy upon us by giving us this knowledge, man. And he chastises us less than what we deserve, man. So you have to recognize that and come with contrite heart and contrite spirit, man, not being proud, all right? That's going to bring you closer into the Lord, man, when you're praying unto him. So let me grab this in 1 Kings, all right? Let me see, Slakia, 8 and 46. And we're getting close to wrapping it up. This is 1 Kings chapter 8. And verse 46, it says, if they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not. And this is King Solomon speaking. Once again, it says, if they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, which we all have, so we all sin, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captives unto the land of the enemy, far or near, which is what we're in that predicament right now. The Lord was angry with us and sent us into a land that wasn't ours, and we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. You got some that are scattered closer to our land, confusion of faces, man. You got some that are far, being us here in Babylon, man. And it says, verse 47, yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captives, and repent, turning away from those sins, stop transgressing the law, statutes, and commandments, rehearsing those righteous acts, and make supplication unto thee and the land of them that carried them captive, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely, we have committed wickedness. So if you confess those faults unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, if you recognize that you've gone off, man, and have that contrite heart and spirit, it says what? It says, and so return unto thee with all their heart, so turning back into Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and with all their soul, in the land of their enemies, which were in, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward their land, talking about towards the east, man, which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. So he's giving us the outline. If we do these things, man, hey, praying back into Yahweh Shem Yahushai, recognizing our wickedness, man, praying towards the east, and of course, when you are in your daily life, you might not be able to, that doesn't mean you don't pray, you want to pray without ceasing, man, as the scriptures tells us to do. Pray without ceasing, always making communication with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But when you can, man, you at home, man, hey, pray towards the east if you can. But don't let that stop you from not praying, you know. So it says, if you're in a predicament where you might be in public, you know, you don't want to turn all the way to the east, you know, and this and that, you know. But don't let that stop you from praying. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say. And it says, let me go back. Which thou gavest unto their fathers. Let me start from the top, verse 48. And so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul, in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward their land, which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. Then hear thou their prayer and their supplication, in heaven thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause. So that's when the Lord is going to hear us, man. He gave us the outline for what to do for the Lord to hear us, man. We got to pray in that name. All right. Once you know that name, man, hey, the Lord isn't going to wink at your ignorance, man. You know. Then now you know better, so you do better, man. Then you start calling on the true name, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You put away calling on Jesus, man. You put away on calling Jehovah, Yeshua, whatever it may be, man. You know, you put away on thinking that you can call him whatever you want, man, because the scriptures don't say that, all right? You know. So yeah, that was on that point. Let me see. Let me grab these last few precepts, all right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. And these are just different key points, man, that are going to help you, you know, in your personal walk and getting closer to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right, so this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 17. And this goes back to wisdom, because once again, like we brought out in the beginning, man, the Lord is only going to love those that dwell with wisdom. So we got to have this wisdom. Got to make have spiritual decision making, man. You know, not making decisions off of your flesh, but making decisions off of the spirit. What's going to benefit your spirit, all right? That's walking in wisdom, man. And it says, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her. She showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. Yeah, wisdom's going to meet you in your thoughts, man. You know, it's going to help you combat your flesh, man. It's going to be like, no, don't do this. You know, just like the analogy they show in certain movies, man. You have the angel on the right-hand side, and then you have the devil on the left-hand side of the shoulder, and you got the angel telling you what to do that's right, and then you got the devil in your ear like, nah, go do this or go do that, some type of wickedness, man. That's how wisdom is. It's going to meet you in your thoughts, but then you got your mind that's desperately wicked, man. You know, so it's going to meet you in your thoughts, but wait, it's up to you whether you're going to be obedient unto that wisdom, or you're going to be obedient unto your flesh, man. It says, verse 17, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. All right, so you have to desire discipline, man. You have to desire to do what's pleasing unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You know, that's what's going to bring you closer unto him, man. And that's why let me think, where is it at? Galatians. Well, nevertheless, the scriptures tell you in the book of Galatians, man, that that the law is the schoolmaster. Well, let me go ahead and grab it. All right. Let me see, Galatians. Slovakia. All right, this is Galatians chapter let me see, 3 and verse 24. It says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Yahushai. So that discipline, because when you first come into this thing, man, you know, you learn about your heritage, learn the true name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, and then you learn about the laws. You know, you ain't supposed to be doing this and that. And if you're taking heed to that, man, you're desiring discipline, man. That desire for discipline is gonna have the Lord. He's gonna deal with you more, man. Because what? It's like, nah, you putting those certain things, you putting those things away to be under subjection to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That desire to do what's commanded of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's going to bring you that wisdom, which is therefore bring you closer to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. So it says, Salaki, it says, wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Yahushai, that we might be justified by faith. So yeah, man, the Lord is gonna he sees you trying to do what's pleasing unto him, you know, and it's gonna bring you closer unto him, and he's gonna impart you more faith, man, to even believe on him, man, you know. So that was just on that point. This is back in Wisdom of Solomon. Let me read real quick, Salakia. Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. All right, and what 1 John chapter 3 verse 5 or 5 and 3. Let me grab it real quick. This is 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. Says, for this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So yeah, man, it goes back to obedience, man. Keeping the commandments is what? Being obedient to Yawahashi Yawahashi, man. That's gonna bring forth that that wisdom that's pleasing unto Yawahashi Yawahashi. So it says to think therefore upon her, or Salakia, verse 17, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love, and love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. So if you're doing these things, man, if you're trying to do what's pleasing unto Yawahashi Yawahashi, being obedient, putting away your flesh is going to bring you closer unto him, man, you know. And the incorruption maketh us near unto Yahweh. So he's giving you the formula, man. You know, he's giving you the formula of how to get closer unto Yawahashi Yawahashi. And incorruption maketh us near unto Yahweh. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So there it goes, man. That's the formula, man, of how to get closer to Yawahashi Yawahashi, man. You got to pray for that wisdom.